Good morning. It is Tuesday, March 4th, and I am here for another tarot casting for the week. I'm using the Out of Hand Pocket Edition 3-card daily spread. I know that's a lot. The difference is this one has 3 small size cards that fit spaces that fit the pocket deck quite well. Okay, I'm gonna start with the Oracle above, just to see which sentient being. I don't want to always say animal because this deck actually has bugs and fish and birds and you know, it's like wild kingdom. But let's see which one wants to be with us for the week. We are being stalked. We have fireflies again. When I see that, it just kind of reaffirms that whatever it is that that's illuminating us, that's lighting us up, bringing in from last week, it's not done. You know, it's not done with us. So we're still following those sparks, those little lights in the darkness, you know. I don't know if you've ever actually seen a firefly. You'll know on a really nice dark night in the summer especially, they just start to show themselves and they light up. It was funny, the first time that my friend Jenna was out visiting from California, she had never seen them because apparently fireflies out west do not light up, which I did not even know. I was completely foreign to that concept. However, here we are. So it just brings promises of magic. So whatever magic it is that you're still working on and chasing, it's not done with us. And that's okay, because not all projects are wrapped up in a week, you know? So sometimes, like, especially when we do these weekly readings for the collective, you'll see the same cards popping up. Okay, so let's get to our central focus. And with this, with the Out of Hand, it's a 3-card spread. So the middle is that High Priestess. And then the Magician. And the Knight of Swords. And there's some big energy coming in, right? So when I see all 3 of these together, the first thing that happens, you know, is some big energy. We've got the Magician with the High Priestess. It's like, you know, sequential order through the major arcana. We're learning the tricks. We're learning the tools. We're showing them. And then the High Priestess is telling us how to use them, you know, like, so you learned about something, maybe you've got this new craft that you are working on, and the High Priestess is telling you this week to just go deeper with it. Like, it's connecting more, instead of just on a surface level, you're in it, right? And then the Knight of Swords is always like a call to action. So now that you've learned and now that you've discovered, or you're discovering how it connects with you, it's time to put it out to action. So I don't know exactly what it is that you're working on, but keep at it, because it's really becoming some sort of path. You're at the beginning of this, and it's going to be your call to action. On the sides, we're going to do the Felt Tarot. And so we've got the 10 of Swords, the 6 of Pentacles, the 9 of Swords. I like when they have jokes, when they're like, oh, look, you like sequence, here, we're going to have sequence. And then the 8 of Pentacles, so we're skipping the 7. So what has brought us to this, right? What has brought us to wanting to evaluate the craft that we're cultivating, what it is that's like our magic, right? That we're connecting with and wanting to act with, is like, maybe you hit burnout mentally. Maybe you were done. There was a breaking point that happened between the start of the project and then now, or the breaking point that made you need to just sever ties with whatever it was you were doing so that you can go forward and do something new. And where you're going to go with that, it just shows me that there's like this influx. There's this influx of resources that are coming in as long as you do the work. So you're going to be doing, like, it's your call to action, but you still have to put the work in order to receive, you know, credit and benefit from what you're putting out, you know. On the bottom, we've got do I have 3 in my hand? Yes. So I have 3. And we've got crossroads, child, and stork. I love when everything kind of like syncs up and just is mirroring. So the crossroads is saying that, yes, this was absolutely the breaking point, the decision. You got to this point where you're like, you know what, I can't take this anymore. And okay, then when you finally see the problem, then the solution starts to show up. And that's when you're like, okay, I got to learn something new. I got to connect with it. I'm going to work really hard at it. I'm putting myself out there. I'm letting my voice be heard, because what I give back is, you know, working this path is what's going to help fulfill my resources, right? And so the crossroads, the child, and the stork is saying that this is definitely a new path for us, for you, whatever you're working on. And the stork is saying that it's like a promotion, that you're moving to that next phase, that next chapter. And it's all because you dared to follow those like little magical sparks, right? The little flickerings that started to show up. So maybe there's like this thing that maybe feels a little bit far-fetched or preposterous, and you're like, well, why does it keep coming up? Why does it keep showing up whenever I'm feeling in the dark? Because that is the magic you should be chasing. That is the light you should be chasing, because it's going to help you get away from the bad thoughts, the anxiety, the feeling boxed in, the just wanting to break out of whatever it was in order to move forward to this new symbiotic, happy, reciprocal spot in your life. It's not going to just necessarily be easy, because you still have to put in the work, but it's a promotion. It's going to not have the confusion that all this did. But you need to, like, you'll feel when you're on that right path, you're going to connect with it on the higher level. I was talking with a friend yesterday, and they said something that you're really good at is kind of it's a sign that that's the path you should be taking. So, and that's what I see in this. It's like, yes, I'm good at it, and I connect with it, and I love it, and I want to share it with everybody, and it really helps me connect with that inner part. And then the Knight of Swords is like, well, just do it now. This is your call to action. Get out there, do it, you know. And then I'm going to do some charms for our cornerstones. And we've got air, so this is of the mind. And we've got the dog, Stan. So that's just something of your mind. It's like, be curious. You know, Stan was a very curious dog. He was very genuine and curious and inquisitive. So stay curious when there's new thoughts that pop up. Fire is going to be our desires, our passions, energy. What do we have? We have Gale. So maybe you need to go ask my mom. When something, you're inspired and you need to, you want to work it out, you know, if you have like a parental figure or a woman in your life that really inspires you, then you know, maybe reach out to them and bounce the ideas off and help see if they will have some input, you know. Oh my gosh, it's water. Sorry, it is really early. That's water. So when you're in your feelings, this makes way more sense. When you're in your feelings, call the person who is your mom or like a mom or somebody who you can talk to. And now we're back to inspiration. Hey, it's a live feed. I'm allowed to mess up. I am human. It happens. Fire. So, inspiration. What is in my hand? We got to button it up. Get that button again. Button is telling me that, you know, whatever you're inspired to do this week, like, just allow it to maybe consume you for a little bit so that you can button up the project, so that you can put a close on it. And now we're in Earth, and what's going to ground you through this next phase in this project. The rubber chicken. It gets stuck between my fingers, so that's why it shows up again. But the rubber chicken is grounding, is to also have fun and to not always take yourself so seriously. So I hope this message resonated with you, despite my little jumbles. It happens. And if it did, let me know in the comments. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, share with your tarot friends or people who you think might enjoy my little weekly collective casting. And I am looking forward to being here for you next Tuesday. Have a good week. Bye.